felt trapped. I felt like I was in the pit of despair and I couldn't get out. I felt like I had ran into a deadfall trap set by the enemy and I had no clue how to get out. And this is how I was feeling just 8 months ago. I had started doing all the good habits years before that. I had continuously done them for years and years, and then out of nowhere, I couldn't do them anymore. There was no possible way in my mind that I could start doing them again. I had fallen.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
And thankfully, after months and months of failure at clawing on the walls of the hole I'd fallen into, I found the ladder. After clawing through all the dirt, there was a ladder there, and I was able to climb up out of it. And this is what I've learned from it. Chances are you've probably felt this way. You've probably felt like you are in a hole that you can't get out of. You probably have done all the good habits for years, for months, however long it may be, and then out of nowhere, you felt like you were going up, and then out of nowhere you crash back down just like a roller coaster. How does this happen? Can you get out? Well, how does this happen is a much more complicated question to ask. And to be honest, I won't be answering that in this video, but what I will be answering is how to create yourself a ladder so that you don't have to claw through the entire wall like I had to for months and months. To help you get out of this rut that you're stuck in, get you out of this deadfall trap, what you need to do first is focus on the good habits. So I know that you have built good habits and you've probably tried to continue building these even in the middle of your rut and you just can't seem to do it. So this is what I did in order to start cleaning up my life and get out of that hole, get out of the pit of despair. What I did was I found 3 good habits that are so simple to do. Like whatever the easiest thing for you to do in your day is. If it takes 15 minutes, that's the max amount of time that I want you to spend on it. All I did was gratitude journal, thought journal, and pray more often. I did those 3 things, and with that, I was able to continuously build more and more habits. Some other ones that I would recommend is maybe like reading the Bible, reading self-improvement, working out more. All these, just building these smaller habits up that aren't too hard to do is gonna allow you to get a grip on life, and it's gonna make you feel like you've accomplished more than you had 3 months ago while you were in this rut. And the good thing about being in a rut, even though it may feel like trash right now, is that you right now have this perspective in your mind that nothing can get worse from where you're at right now. Or if you continue on the way that you're going, that you will not reach your goals. And honestly, this is a great perspective to have because if you're at rock bottom, the only way you can go is up. After you've discovered these 3 habits, I want you to continue to work on them. Continue journaling every single morning. Continue being grateful. Just writing 5 things that you're grateful for every single morning. Praising God for the ability to wake up that morning. Do this every single morning and you will feel significantly better about yourself, especially with how low you are in this rut. And after you found those first 3, what you need to do is get rid of the bad habits. So I don't mean just all of a sudden you're gonna stop doing all the bad habits. It's impossible. You've built these habits up for so long now. These bad habits are more likely to happen than the good habits are. So what I want you to do is cut them off completely. Now that might sound contradictory to what I just told you, but I don't mean like trying to use your willpower to stop doing them. What I mean is literally to cut them out of your life. If you drink alcohol and that's your bad habit, I want you to literally not go anywhere near alcohol. You need to get gas? Well, there's alcohol at the gas station. So you're not going inside the gas station to get gas. If you don't have a debit card or credit card, I guess you're fucked. You don't get gas for this week. But what you really need to focus on is cutting off these bad habits. For example, one of mine a while ago was corn. Okay. So instead of trying to use my willpower, trying not to go on these websites, what I did was I actually downloaded something called Freedom, which is an app that you can use. I mean, if you want to use it, it's like $5 or whatever. I don't remember. I bought it and I deleted it after a while because I didn't feel like I needed it anymore. But at this beginning stage, it was very helpful because what it allowed me to do was block off the websites. So it was basically like putting a child lock on these websites like you would see in school or something. And with this lock, I literally could not access it. It was cut out of my life. There was no option for me to go down that path. And that is what I mean by cutting off all the bad habits. It's not getting rid of them. It's not using your willpower to get rid of them. It's literally cutting off access to them. And that is what will help you get rid of these bad habits. After you cut off these bad habits, you've found the first 3 rungs. You need to build your discipline. The reason I'm saying build your discipline at this point is because focusing on small wins that will build your discipline will give you the ability to then start reintegrating the access to bad habits, not doing the bad habits, but reintegrating access to them. Because one of my bad habits was scrolling on social media for hours. I mean, my screen time was through the roof. It was like 12 hours or more a day on TikTok and Instagram. So what I did was I blocked those with that app that I was talking about. So after blocking these, I slowly built my discipline over time so that I could reintegrate them. Because overall, I did want to talk to people on social media. I wanted to teach them how I was able to get out of these situations like this one I'm describing so that they can get out of it a lot faster than I did, because I hated spending 6 months just trying to figure out how to get out of this trash spot that I was in. And so what I did was I built my discipline so that I could access social media without it being a temptation. And of course, it'll always be there as a temptation, but now I have built the willpower to resist it. And so building discipline, figure out the things that you'd hate doing. For example, for me, I hated making my bed, so that one actually was a valid one. I didn't like making my bed every morning. And I hate cleaning my room. Like, I hated picking up all the water bottles that I had all around my room after being on my computer for hours and putting them in the trash can. I hated picking up my dirty clothes and just putting them in the laundry bin. What I did enjoy doing though was working. But that doesn't matter when you don't have discipline. You need to focus on the tasks that you don't want to do and start doing them. And don't make it like it's insanely hard tasks, okay? Make it something super simple like making your bed. This is why people recommend to make your bed, because a lot of people don't want to do it. It takes 5 seconds. And so if you do it, you'll build discipline. It's that simple. But what I want you to do is really journal. What things do I not like doing? And then figure out how much of a time crunch it'll actually take. If it takes like 5 minutes, cool. If it takes 10 minutes, cool. If it starts taking more than 10 minutes, you're probably not going to do it at all. So start finding these things that are low cost to do, things that you don't like doing, and start doing them every day. Just slowly build discipline, and after you start making your bed every day and it's just a habit, after you start cleaning up your room and there's no water bottles all over the floor, I want you to start continually looking for ways to discipline yourself. And as you continue to discipline yourself, you continue to build these habits up so you can keep climbing out of the ladder with your sheer willpower. And as you're climbing up the ladder, you can slowly start reintegrating access to bad habits, not doing them, but access to them. And then show yourself that you have the willpower to resist these bad habits. And then at that point, you will have climbed out of the hole and you'll be looking back thinking, how was I ever stuck in this situation? And if you want to help other people who might be in a rut as well, like and share this video. It really does help the algorithm push this to more people. And also, if you want tips like this, I'll be giving out 4 videos a week on how to actually master yourself rather than just improve yourself. And if that's your goal, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And remember, live life to the fullest and praise God.